Okay, so I'm gonna let you drive on this. So I'm gonna let you share your screen so you can just kind of like poke around, and I will just like ask you questions as we go.
All right, let me get it open so we can go from there. All right.
Cool. Hi, this is Elise. I lead acquisitions at WeCommerce, where we acquire software businesses in the e-commerce landscape. And this is a new series we're doing very early, and we're talking with Margaret from Glamnetic. We have talked a few times in the past about what an incredible job she's doing on their website, and I'm excited to spend a bit more time browsing around, perusing today, and learning a bit more about what you are liking on the website, what you're working on, and what sort of powers this thing.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. So just for a quick background, Glamnetic is a company that our primary product is magnetic eyelashes and eyeliner. We were founded in 2019, kind of classic, D2C brand story. Our co-founder started it in her apartment, and then through some degree sheer force of will and just having an awesome product that had a really good product market fit, especially as people were being on Zoom calls and things like that more consistently. We saw extremely strong growth in 2020 and continuing into this year. We also expanded in late 2020 into the nails category. So we also have a collection of press-on nails, which has been a really exciting area of growth for us as well. I think we have some site-related opportunities I can get into later with that, but our core product is still kind of our magnetic lashes, and you can see our co-founder Anne, who serves as the face of our brand, really, on our banner here. But yeah, this is our site. We're Shopify Plus, and this is where we are.
That's where the magic happens. I get the ads on Pinterest, and they get me every single time because it's just fun to watch people put them on. It's so easy. I'm a big fan of the product, is what I'm trying to say.
It's so interesting that you mentioned the Pinterest one, because that's actually one of our smaller advertising channels. So it's exciting to hear someone seeing us on Pinterest versus we always hear, oh, I saw you on Instagram, or oh, this influencer I follow posted about you guys.
Yeah, I'm interested. That's a whole different sort of audience segmentation conversation that's totally worth having. I'm fascinated by that.
Awesome, great. So this is our homepage. We've got a fair amount of pop-ups, add-ons, and everything going on. It's a little more intense on mobile, but I'll start with desktop. We have, our customer service pop-up here. We utilize Gorgeous as our customer service app. We've been on there for a bit. We actually have a pretty robust customer service team because, as I'm sure everyone knows, the more orders you're getting in, the more support that you need in that regard. So when we started seeing really solid growth last year, I think one of the smart decisions that our founders made was investing early in building out our customer service function. So we just have the little Gorgeous pop-up here, as well as some accessibility support over here. Being accessible is very, very important. But yeah, I mean, this is basically this.
I love the video.
Yeah, this top part hasn't changed much for a bit. We changed around our bundles a bit. We're looking at potentially doing a bit of a redesign in this top area. We're utilizing Hotjar as kind of our on-page analytics view. So been looking a lot at kind of how far people are getting down, where we're starting to lose customers, where the engagement is. It's very funny seeing what the engagement looks like on a by banner basis. Anytime we include a banner with someone's Instagram handle tagged to give them credit, there are so many clicks on that Instagram handle. Everyone's just trying to click out to there. It's a little funny. We have our site quiz here, which is powered by Octane. We utilize them as our quiz partner. Like many brands, for us, it's both kind of a conversion tool and an analytics tool, I would say. We've recently redone our site quiz, so we've been doing a lot of testing there in terms of drop-off rates, requiring email versus none, impact there. Kind of you have to play with how many questions can I add up to the point where we're just going to start losing customers partway through. But we have a ton of really valuable data that we utilize to power a lot of our email marketing, messaging, segmentation there as well. Stop me at any point. I know I'm just kind of rolling through.
This is great. I'm a big fan of the interactive components. And one of my favorite things talking about talking with you is how analytical you are, the tools that you're using on the back end to understand sort of your customers' patterns. I love that.
Thank you. So then we have, our reviews section down here. This is actually somewhat manual. We're looking at potentially utilizing our reviews partner a bit more to pull in things more dynamically. We're on Ep2 for reviews currently. But and then we're pulling in from our Instagram as well here.
Is this is there a partner on the Instagram?
Oh my gosh. So our organic social team is in-house. Then we have, we're partnered with Amplify for comment interactions. So that we've been working with them for a while, just again, like based on volume, it's hard to have, we'd have to have like a whole separate team monitoring comments. So we utilize Amplify in partnership with our CX team to respond there. But for us, organic social and everything like that is in-house. In terms of our navigation, it's pretty, or maybe we should jump to mobile quickly. That might be the right move. Okay. And we're not getting any of the pop-ups just because I spend enough time on our site, but we normally have, we could always jump in incognito, but we have a app download pop-up when we're on mobile. We utilize Tapjoy as our app partner. Yeah, so I think this is me trying to solve iOS 14, but I do think that, app downloads right now for anyone who has an app is a huge area of opportunity, just because you still kind of own that data a bit more. There's less of the data loss. So I think, especially as you're hearing about things that might be coming out with iOS 15 and the impact potentially on tracking like email open rate and everything like that, I think having more platforms where you have a direct kind of one-to-one relationship with customer data, have the ability to push notifications, I think that that's going to become even more crucial. So we've actually, with Tapjoy, I don't know. I'm gonna have to check with the team. This is a lot of stuff that was in place even before I joined, but I want to say we launched our app about a year ago, but I can check with the team to confirm.
Huh. I think that's really smart.
But yeah, and then the other pop-up we tend to have is just your standard like email, SMS capture pop-up. We've been doing a lot of testing there between stating what the discount is and saying like get a mystery discount, seeing some interesting results there. But I think the name of the game for us is just a lot of A/B testing. We actually work with a partner specifically to do A/B testing on our sites. They're called split-based. So we're doing a number of A/B tests at once on different areas of the site. So we built this new lash finder tool recently. Big shout out to our dev team here to help people find their perfect lash, because at this point we have about 75 different styles. And especially if you're a bit of a lash newbie, it can be a little intimidating to find exactly what to get. Yeah. So what we tested here is building in a simplified version of the lash finder into the top of our collections pages. So, you can just select vegan, select your style, the link that you want, and then it gives you your recommendations right here. Let me know if you need me to zoom in at all.
That's beautiful.
And then it's available in the full, where did we put it? It may not be available in the full version anymore. But at least it used to be available on its own standalone page. But I think what we've been seeing is with the split test that it's been very effective. So I think we might just keep it in the simplified version here, just because the one thing that we're definitely trying to work on is our nav bar is very crowded right now, just because we have so much stuff we want to test, so much stuff we want to do. So little tools like this kind of allow us to simplify it instead, while still providing our customers the tools that they need to make the right decisions.
Is this something that Octane does offer, but not quite in this sort of like format widget?
It's possible. I know that we built this in-house. This was a custom build on our end. I would guess, our quiz does have kind of a similar experience. We just wanted to create a more, not everyone always wants to go through a quiz, essentially. There's, a lot of different information that you don't want to go through. So kind of a simplified quiz experience, and it being integrated into this, I think was extremely helpful.
It's really cool. It's really well executed. Is it on mobile as well?
Let me make sure. Yes. Yep, you can still have it here.
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah. There you go. Just
Love
one
that
option.
boom.
And then you click on it and it takes you right to the PDP.
Awesome. Wow. And there's the upselling component right there of like,
Yep.
That's nice. Is that custom as well?
I believe so. And it also exists in our cart, pops up as well. If you don't have a liner in. Sorry, as you can tell, I've been doing a lot of testing. Oh, and you can see here, we've also got route shipping protection, which I know a lot of people are using nowadays.
Definitely.
Maybe we don't have the upsell going right now, but normally we have an upsell here that if you don't have a liner in cart, there's an upsell because the magnetic portion of the product is, you need the liner to stick to the magnets on the lash. We've also been testing a shipping progress bar. Let me clear this out. Yeah, so you can see here. Oh, normally you can see here. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, so you're 1 cent away from free shipping. Oh, here we go. Don't forget a magnetic liner. Just add that on there.
That's great.
And then in terms of, payments options, we're working with QuadPay. So lots of call outs for them throughout the site and throughout the checkout process, on the PDP itself. And then we've got our integration with our loyalty partner, Loyalty Lion. Earn 145 Glam points. You can sign up for rewards at checkout as well.
And a little bit of FOMO with like the limited stock.
Exactly.
You're looking like you gotta act now.
And then this is something that we actually just integrated recently, video on all of our PDPs of a model wearing the style and looking around, because I think one of the biggest challenges, especially for people who are new to magnetic lashes, is you don't really know what it's going to look like on your face. And for a lot of people, seeing a made up model who has other makeup on and everything, it may not be as helpful, or they may say, oh, my eyes look kind of like this, but maybe a little bit like this. So I think it just creates more of a, understood interactive experience from all the different angles when you integrate this. So this was a great, collaboration between our content team and our dev team to get this up and running.
Which I'm sure it's a bit of an ordeal and a costly one, but
yes.
And page speed, there's like a lot of different components to this, but if you can see an increase in conversion rates, I'm sure it's like a no-brainer.
Exactly. Trying to think of what else is most crucial here. We did just launch subscription, which has been very exciting for us. We're working, so this is one area where we probably differ from a lot of other people. We're working with Smarter instead of Recharge, and hopefully this page will load. Come on, buddy. This is never, oh, here we go. Speaking of page speed, I think what we've found is that the more products that you have featured on the subscription page, since it needs to load separately, kind of the Smarter integration, it slows down the load speed a little bit, but that's just a separate note. But we launched subscription about last month, and we've been seeing some really exciting growth there, especially since we haven't been investing heavily in paid. It's been primarily organic growth and some minor email sends. So really excited to get things up and running on paid and more robust email sends, just to see how much we can push this, because any brand that has an excuse to create subscription, I would recommend doing it, just because it creates like such solid foundational recurring revenue. Like your customers are just coming back to you instead of you having to go out and re-engage them and face potential fatigue or repay to reacquire a customer. So we built this page. We've been working with Smarter since the beginning. You can see the breakdown modules. We initially launched with a number of our best-selling lashes and then our 2 different types of liner. It defaults to subscribe and save. You can switch to one-time purchase here if you want to as well. But when you have subscribe and save, you have the breakdown for, let's pretend that didn't happen. You have the breakdown for lashes and liner of 30, 60, and 90. This load speed is killing me. Okay, I'm going to need to check with our dev team on this.
This is not, the subscription is not on every product page. It's if you go.
It's not on
Yeah.
So any of these products where you can subscribe, if you go to their PDP, you can subscribe there as well. But we also just created a subscription page version where we have a bunch of different products, like our best sellers. And then on the nail side, we have 14, 30, and 60 days. Okay, I need to, let's just cut all of these embarrassing moments that are happening to
You're just adding things to your to-do list.
Yeah, but then it pushes to a collection of every product you can possibly subscribe to if you hit view all. So we've got 31 products available on subscription right now.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
And I'm sure for the nails, it's like, that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, exactly. Because those tend to last about 2 weeks on average. So that's why we created the 14-day threshold for them, whereas we have 30, 60, 90 for lashes and liner.
How many SKUs do you have?
Total? That's a great question because we do a lot of bundling. And we consider each bundle a discrete SKU. So we actually create a SKU on the back end rather than doing like sort of the pseudo bundling with just having like a combined URL that pushes like those carts plus a discount cart. So I don't know. I'd have to confirm with our ops team. I'm actually having a meeting later this week about, sunsetting some of our bundles because they're, just SKU creep is a constant problem for everyone.
Yeah, probably especially for you. It just like the decision overload is something you're constantly trying to solve for.
For sure. What would be helpful to look at, what do you think? This isn't visible on the site, but we've done a lot of work in the past couple months building out our tech stack on the data side of things. So we're currently on a Snowflake data warehouse with Fivetran as our ETL, and then using Looker as our front end, pulling in data sources across, our paid media, our email and SMS, our customer service, and then, doing some interesting like custom builds, pairing across organic social data, paid social data, UTM tied data, and discount codes for tracking things like influencer marketing. So we work with a really great team to build this out called Orchard Analytics. They're great and help us get a really solid tech stack in there so we can make really data-driven decisions in everything that we do.
And who's the point person on sort of the data side? Do you have a data team? I mean, it's you.
That would be me. That would be me at the moment. But then, I work closely with our director of finance and operations. Our co-founder Kevin is also, involved in making a ton of these different decisions. But basically, what I've found to be most effective for a dashboard build out like this is to bring in the key stakeholders from each department, and then they basically have a session with the data team and myself, kind of talking through what they would want to see on a daily basis within that sort of dashboard. And then, they build it out, they see the V1, we make any changes, and then the dashboard's just available to them. But at the moment, the data team is basically myself, our analytics partner, and then, our director of finance and operations. But, definitely on the queue for us to build out there a bit further.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool. So as a software, are they sort of struggling on I met with them last week, so I'm sort of curious now, what's the deal there?
I haven't had a ton of issues. And the way our dev put it to me is we've had let's say 3 issues that we've, had to resolve, but it's leaps and bounds better than what it would be on, at least with our theme. I think is you kind of have to build around where I think you can kind of plug and play a bit better into whatever you're doing, at least kind of in granted, I'm not a dev, so I can't speak as technically about this as some people, but at least in my experience, kind of with one hand or another, feels more flexible, but it's definitely newer. So there are certain things like bulk editing functionality, little quirks of when you build it into your own theme. But I think they've done a great job so far.
Okay, that's good to hear.
I hope you don't share this.
Here, let me stop. I'll stop recording.